Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M by 1M, as you know, is the first and only global virtual accelerator for technology startups. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. In support of that mission, we do these roundtables week after week after week. This is the 611th roundtable. The event is being recorded. Every single roundtable recording is available on our YouTube channel, 1M1M Roundtables. On Twitter, we're at 1M1M and at Stromana, and we publish a lot of stuff. You can talk to me today through your computer audio as well as by dialing in. We first have scheduled programming, and then I will open the line up for call-ins, and I'll put this slide back up if you decide to call in. We're going to start with the entrepreneur pitch section. Remember, this is a safe working session. There is no other agenda here but working on your venture and brainstorming about strategy. We want you to succeed, and we're completely on your side. And if you disagree with my feedback, that is your prerogative. It is your venture. You can do whatever you want with it. We are going to start with Ean Mikale. Mikale? How do you pronounce your last name, Ean?
Mikale, thank you.
Mikale, okay. All right. Where are you dialing from? Colorado Springs. Okay.
Yes.
What are you working on?
All right. So thank you. So thank you guys for having me. Once again, my name is Ean Mikale, and I am a technical co-founder, as well as a self-taught hardware and software engineer.
Okay.
I love hiking and jogging in the mountains with my family.
Is there anyone in Colorado who doesn't like hiking?
Yes, I mean it's beautiful, and so yes, I'm very spoiled every day and very grateful. But yes, our co-founder and full stack Web3 engineer is Carlos, and he is a 19-year-old programming prodigy who loves to study programming languages.
All right.
Next slide, please. Well, no, you can stay on this slide. So who are we? Our firm, InfiNET Industries, is the result of award-winning high technology research and development, with the firm being the commercialization arm of the InfiNET ecosystem. InfiNET is our project for creating a distributed quantum internet layer for web-based business applications, running simulated quantum computing on everyday PCs, as well as utilizing IBM's quantum computer ecosystem. Next slide, please. So who is our target customer? Our target customer are Black millennial entrepreneurs running a 1 to 2 person operation. They may be tech savvy, but not tech savvy enough to build their own applications, more or less their own infrastructure. They also want to be the first to trial new technologies. As a millennial or a Black millennial entrepreneur myself, full-time for the last 10 years, I've been heavily engaged in the US startup ecosystem, and our organization understands what's missing for this subclass to compete in the modern age of AI and quantum computing. So we are offering a platform with white glove business services, as well as over 30 business applications in industries ranging from healthcare to housing, creating general purpose, high utility applications for everyday use, running on fast and quantum secure networking. Next slide, please. Our go-to-market strategy, we simulated with ChatGPT, who we utilize with caution as a robotic advisor, but we are aiming to go after low-hanging fruit initially by offering our services to long-standing partners and past clients within our 10-year-old network, giving them first access to our cutting-edge technology and gaining valuable feedback in the process prior to reaching out to our broader network on LinkedIn, for example, and beyond. As a result of doing business with us, we provide real quantum tokenized loyalty reward program, a cashback program for 4% cashback. We can go to the next slide, please. So customer validation, the local art plug is a prime example of customer validation in our target customer market. The local art plug is a collaborative of diverse entrepreneurs and creatives. It is a single founder and Black owned enterprise. We have contracted with the organization and are currently contracting with them to build a metaverse art gallery. We conducted our first pilot testing at the Omaha Arts Festival in Omaha, Nebraska last month, with an expected rollout and deployment within the next quarter. A second example is the Pikes Peaks Business and Education Alliance of 22 school districts, whom we formed a partnership to train their students on our technology year round. Next slide, please. So what is quantum computing? It's simply thought to be the way that molecules interact. And in computers, we can simulate these interactions to create more complex systems and applications. These systems emulate nature, and as a result, they are more secure and faster on most benchmarks than classical or everyday computers. Next slide, please. So we utilize ChatGPT to do modeling and to do a comparative analysis of our technology versus other protocols. And it took us some creativity to come up with enough security at the quantum level, enough speed and dexterity with all of our algorithms to ensure a high value proposition for our customers compared to our competitors, such as the modern internet, Ethereum, and Bitcoin protocols. Next slide, please. For our infrastructure, we utilize GPUs or graphics processing units, the same thing that runs ChatGPT and the future robotaxis or cars like Teslas, etc. And we have a private cloud that we've built and connected to IBM's quantum compute infrastructure. And we likewise utilize the infrastructure of our users in a distributed manner who are rewarded in the closed network quantum loyalty rewards program. Next slide, please. So our question more so evolves around the fact that we are interested in the best way to create and build lasting relationships in the Indian market, to provide a secure and high compute platform for application development as a startup telecommunications firm. Next slide, please. Thank you all for your time and the opportunity to share and the opportunity to also learn and to gain whatever wisdom or knowledge that we may be able to. And so thank you once again for inviting us.
All right. I don't understand what you're doing, and I don't think anybody else does either. So let's start trying to peel this onion. What is InfiNET? Is InfiNET your company, or is there another company that you're spinning off of or tagging along with? What's the structure of this?
Sure. So InfiNET Industries is the main company, and InfiNET is one of our projects that we're spinning off into a subsidiary.
So what is InfiNET Industries? Who owns InfiNET Industries? Is it a large company? What's your relationship with them?
So I own 90% of InfiNET Industries. We have board members and advisors, as well as our staff that are involved or have equity in the other 10%.
And what scale of company is InfiNET Industries? The revenue generating company?
So InfiNET Industries, yes, it is a revenue generating company. We've made about $100,000, a little over $100,000 over the last 2 years. But InfiNET Industries is a spin out of InfiNET Institute, which is an organization that has made over $2.5 million in revenue.
And what is that? Who owns that?
I own that wholly.
So you own all three of these projects?
Correct.
And what is the technology? So you've used a lot of buzzwords here. What is this? I mean, is this a development environment? Is this a hosting environment? What is this? What are we trying to build a business around? What is the core technology here?
So we have an API layer.
On top of what?
Essentially, it's a distributed platform. We're running a quantum blockchain.
And what has that got to do with Black entrepreneurs?
A lot, because a lot of the financing that is currently coming down, that a lot of Black entrepreneurs are seeking, are coming down in areas such as artificial intelligence and quantum. We also have artificial intelligence and a number of different applications that are integrated into that application layer. And so not only do we have our own applications that we're rolling out and providing, but also we're working with other organizations to build original applications on top of our network.
And this deal size 1750 is for what?
So what we're doing is we're actually building out this metaverse, and we're integrating it with our network, also providing them with access to our loyalty rewards programs, utilizing our quantum tokens. And so we're hosting their site, and we're providing infrastructure, and we're providing software development services in addition to it.
So the net of this is $1,750 worth of software development services and $25 a month of hosting fees.
Correct.
See, I think this is a terrible pitch. I'm sorry to say, Ian, this is absolutely a terrible pitch. It hits. I'll give you specific feedback. Why? If this is a hosting environment that has particular speed capacity because of somehow tapping into quantum computing, that is one positioning. If it's a software development company, that is a different positioning. And if it's an app company, like you have automated services, healthcare, financial services, housing, cybersecurity, it's like everything under the sun you want to do. This is not how a good company is built. A good company is built by zeroing in on something very specific and differentiated. So, you know, is this a differentiated offering, hosting service on a quantum computing infrastructure? How does that compare to the regular, hosting infrastructure that is out there? So if I were to choose between hosting my website on AWS versus, or GoDaddy or WP Engine or some hosting service versus InfiNET, what is the orders of magnitude improvement that I'm getting?
Well, one thing, since they're running without a quantum layer, we are running faster, and we actually showed on the graph and chart some of the differentiations. Also, it's more secure. AWS is hacked constantly, and so your information isn't necessarily secure. Also, it's a lot more expensive, and since quantum is more efficient at running than classical computers, we're able to run and to host applications cheaper. Also, since we're running our private layer, we're not charging the same amount that necessarily would be charged on larger infrastructure projects. And we've worked with Amazon, and we've built artificial intelligence projects using AWS, and we've racked up bills, and had to pay credits in hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so we understand that that's a hindrance for organizations to build applications that integrate AI or quantum computing. And so we're really looking to bridge that and provide infrastructure that's more so ready for enterprises and organizations and these entrepreneurs to onboard. Otherwise, without us coming in.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Where is your infrastructure coming from? Are you financing this infrastructure?
Yes.
How?
So we have other businesses, for example, other organizations. We do training, we do consulting. For example, we have clients like Microsoft, Accenture, Bain and Company. We've worked with McKinsey, et cetera. And so we're able to hustle and to finance this on our own. We also have apprenticeships for drone.
But if this is going to be a standalone business, then it has to kind of work on its own, not by being subsidized by other people. It's okay to start by, financing from other businesses. That's fine. But my question really is, what is the cost of that infrastructure? Like IBM's quantum computing infrastructure is a very expensive infrastructure, and then they charge a fair amount of money. They will be charging a fair amount of money to host companies, or let's their clients, and mostly enterprise clients, use that infrastructure. AWS has its own infrastructure and they charge money to their clients. So in your case, your entity, your business will have to be able to sustain itself it has to be able to pay for that infrastructure that you're building, and then you have to make enough money by selling space on that infrastructure, real estate, computer real estate on that infrastructure that pays for itself. Because it's not a good business if some other business model will have to finance this business. Then this is not a viable business.
So here's one thing. One thing is that it's already paid for itself. So the infrastructure that we've used costs less than the money that we've already made. So we're already profitable. As far as addressing the infrastructure, I'll tell you how. So we use embedded systems, right? We use IBM, or we use Jetson Nano computers, and so we basically have built clusters, and we utilize clusters. But also we do two things in addition to that. One, we utilize a distributed system where we utilize the computing power of our users. So that's how we can scale in a distributed manner. Two, what we do is we also utilize IBM, but we only utilize them as a backup of our backup, right? So we utilize our systems first, then we simulate on everyday PCs of our users, and then our backup is IBM, but then we also have it set to where they give us a large amount of free credits that we don't need necessarily for all of our different applications. And so from that, we have it set to where it only utilizes what we need, and then we can simulate the rest of it. So we don't have to utilize IBM's infrastructure because we can simulate. But if a client or a customer wants to pay more.
I'm going to move on to some other feedback that I want to give you that I think is relevant feedback.
Thank you.
This company is a hosting company, it seems to me. And it's got certain properties. It's a fast hosting company. You are claiming that you're more secure. It's debatable, but okay, let's say you are more secure. But whatever it is, let's say it's a fast, secure hosting company. That's the value proposition of this company. And if that is substantially differentiated, it has to attract companies, clients that are looking for fast, secure hosting and are not happy with what is available elsewhere in the market. And you should not position it around Black entrepreneurs and all this stuff. I think Black entrepreneurs is a completely irrelevant target customer in this context. What you're really looking for are customers for whom the speed and security level of hosting available in the market today is not enough, and they want to get something orders of magnitude faster and more secure. And you have to, that's what you position around, you have to deliver to that value proposition. And then you ask the question, who is that customer? What is the profile of that customer? What kind of use cases require, quantum layer hosting capability? And that has nothing to do with Black entrepreneurs. It has nothing to do with Indian entrepreneurs. It has nothing to do with geography or demographics. It has to do with use cases. What kinds of use cases require these really warp speed hosting, and what is available in the market is not enough. So I think that is the question you should try to answer, and then try to get your validation customers from there. This is not customer validation. This is $1,750 worth of just some software development and a little bit of hosting, anybody can host this. Is warp speed hosting a requirement for a little local art gallery? I don't think so.
Yes,
It's not a
yes, it
mission.
is. It is because essentially VR and virtual reality is super, super heavy. And because of different trials that we did, we realized that we have to integrate a quantum layer in order for it to be run on mobile devices. And so to take quantum in the metaverse from just being a platform system to something that people can run every day on mobile devices to make it more accessible, we have to run it and utilize quantum algorithms. And so yes, we would say that it would be validation, but I do take your words of wisdom, and I understand your viewpoint.
And in that case, you should go talk to other VR companies and figure out whether they're all willing to switch to your hosting platform, because the current infrastructure that they're hosting their apps on is not enough. And if you can get 100 of those companies to agree to that value proposition, then you basically sell to those 100 companies. That is customer validation. And that's not on the basis of Black entrepreneurs. That's not on the basis of Indian entrepreneurs. That's on the basis of the fact that it's VR, that is not VR apps, that's not use cases that are not, that the current hosting infrastructure is not enough. But that is a hypothesis. You need to now go and validate that hypothesis.
Okay? Thank you. I appreciate all of your advice. Thank you.
Welcome. All right. We are going to go to Hritik Raj in Chandigarh, hustling for India.
Yeah.
Hritik?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Am I audible?
How are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm okay, thank you. What are you working on?
Yes. I'm working on Anaitik.com, one of startup from our college. Actually, during my college time, let me start. I won't tell you about what we are doing and what things are going, startup and all, blah, blah. Let me make things quite simple and easy. And let me ask you a few questions that what if I ask you that tell me two basic needs of your life? Then what will be your answer?
It's certainly not a t-shirt.
Okay, then you may say that it's food and then cloth, then home, like this. So give me two basic needs of your life, like that.
No, I don't think you're doing a good job presenting this.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so let me stick to the presentation.
Yes, stick to your elevator pitch. What are you doing? But even before you go into that, Hritik, I have to ask you a question. Why
Yes,
did you name the company Anaitik.com? I happen to understand the language and I know the meaning of this word. Why would you put that in the name of your company?
Okay, I just wanted you to ask this question. I don't know why, but I was getting a gut feeling that you will surely ask this question.
Yes.
Ma'am, earlier when we were discussing about the company name, we were thinking of keeping name Natik.com. But Natik was not making sense. Then our plan was like, let's make it eknatik.com, one Natik.com, eknatik. So Eknatik was final, and we just kept that name will be eknatik.com. But later on, while we were creating the logo, it was like and then Natik, in Hindi and Natik in Naitik in English. So it was like anatic, and it meant that we will leave this meaning on people that it is up to you. You can think it like anatic or eknatic. It is up to you. Ram bhi tumhara, Ravan bhi tumhara. So our sole purpose was that let's throw this on people, let them think what they can think, what they can project, and they
I
will.
don't like, I see, this is the problem with this kind of naming is that you were waiting for me to ask you the question why you named this, and you had to give me this big long explanation. But I'll tell you, the reason I don't like this is that I look at this, and you're going to be operating in the Indian market. People will understand what Anaitik means.
Yes,
Anaitik is not a good meaning, right?
I know, ma'am.
Unethical means fraud. So you don't want to start an Indian company that screams fraud. This is not a good idea.
Do you know that Indian market attract negativity more than positivity?
It doesn't
You
matter.
must be.
It doesn't matter. When I'm interacting with a brand, if the brand
Yep.
says my name is fraud.com, I will not do
Mhm.
business with that brand. And that is
Okay,
not
ma'am.
an isolated experience. I
Uh,
mean, let's ask everybody here. If you encountered, you probably don't understand everybody the meaning of this word, but the word
mhm.
is essentially, you could approximate by saying it's fraud. So he's calling his company fraud.com. Would you buy? Would you do business with this company if it's called fraud.com?
I
Um,
understand. I understand where she's coming from. I understand.
right?
Ma'am, should I give one more point in my opinion, like in my support?
No, you don't. You go think about it. You do whatever you want. It's your company. If you want to call it fraud.com, I cannot stop you. I can just tell you I wouldn't do it. But if you still go ahead and do it, it's your choice
Mhm.
and it's your prerogative to do whatever you want to do. So let's go into the
Okay,
business.
ma'am.
If you want to do
Yep.
customized t-shirts, very fast delivery, customized t-shirts, print on demand. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just telling that the most successful t-shirt brand in Indian industry, in Indian market is Bewakoof.com, and you must be aware of the meaning of Bewakoof. It means idiot.
Yes.
So it is all about Indian market and the target audience we are targeting. Like Gen Z and Gen Alpha is very cool with these kind of negative words. They just will remember. I don't have to spend a lot of marketing budget to make my brand visible, viable. I just have to tell them that okay, there is a thing that
Okay, I, I,
Anaitik.com
I
would like to
don't
do.
care. You do what you want. Tell me what the business is. Let's work
Okay,
on the business.
let's
I want to work on the
yeah,
brand.
let's come. Okay, ma'am. So let's come to the business. The problem statement is during the college days, I was the guy who used to watch Game of Thrones or other web series, and then very next day we used to discuss about that. Okay, this thing happened in web series, and a particular line of that web series or a particular character of that web series used to got stuck in our mind. That okay, I love this character. So on the next day, I wanted to wear a t-shirt of that particular line or that particular character on my t-shirt. But we usually get delivered our product within 5 to 6 days. This is average, like delivery time in Indian market for a t-shirt order, custom t-shirt order. Normal t-shirt order you will also get in 4 or 5 days. So we decided that I was one of eager audience customer that wanted that if the Game of Thrones episode is released on 12th on date 12th in particular month, then I want to wear that t-shirt on 13th or 14th. I cannot wait much. So my patience level is quite low. And the same was with a lot of students in my college. Like they used to be crazy fans of particular web series, particular character or something. So they
Okay,
want to
I'm
wear
going to
that
stop
t-shirt.
you
Yeah.
there for a moment and ask you a few
Mhm.
questions.
Yeah,
Question
sure.
number one, what about copyright issues?
Uh, Ma'am, two things are here. Uh, First of all, the dialogues and the characters in Indian market are not of a very big issue of something like copyright and all. We'll ask audience that it is up to you that if there is any problem that any legal strike or anything we are getting, it will be your responsibility because you are sharing of the content. Content is not from our side.
Yeah,
We have
but
mentioned it.
if you have a lot of Game of Thrones content on your t-shirts, Game of
Mhm.
Thrones is not going to go individually after all your customers. They're going to come after you
Mhm.
because you are easy.
Yeah, sure. Sure. If they will come after me, then I will just show that this is legal agreement I've taken from the customer side that this is their responsibility. So please go and chase them. I'm not responsible for them. They are just asking me to do this. I'm
Talk
just
to lawyer
printing.
on
It's just
have you checked this with the lawyer?
yes, ma'am. It's just like in edtech market, the question is one, and there are multiple websites showing solution of that particular one question. So the question creator can claim that this question is mine and put legal, objection on all of edtechs. I think I'm missing few of questions in comment
I
section.
have
I
a
think
very queasy feeling about this kind of copyright violation issues because
ma'am,
you're
I'm
going
this.
to get into a lot of trouble. Anyway, again, file away this comment. You can think about it and decide how to do it. How are you planning to do this 24-hour delivery all over India?
Yes, ma'am. This is the best part. Like in India, none of other companies promising and delivering it within 24 hours. We have like successfully tested and delivered it in Chandigarh, the
How?
famous city. Yeah,
How?
let me tell you how is quite interesting. First of all, we keep ready stock of t-shirts only. Like t-shirt of all size, all color are available in stock. Like in my flat only, it is available. And a printing machine, DTA printing machine is kept. Someone has given that, okay, I want this design. Our designing team will create that particular design in 15 or 20 minutes, and the particular machine will print it within 5 to 10 minutes. It's just like printing a paper, and we will transfer it on t-shirt using heat press, and the t-shirt is ready within an hour or two.
So you
That's
have to
it.
do this in a very hyper local way because you're going to need a
Uh,
lot of machines and a lot of warehouses if you want any
yes,
kind
ma'am.
of coverage.
Yes, ma'am. Just
It's
yes, ma'am. We will need around 36 or 38 stores, like each and every capital city. To like in each and every capital city should have one machine and a store should be there from our side
no,
to
it's going
cover.
to need a lot more than that to be able to do anything at scale. How much
Ma'am,
does
tier,
this cost?
if we are targeting tier one or tier two cities, then we don't need more than 50 machines to cover whole India. And I am pretty much sure, as per my experience and market research, that tier three and tier four cities in India are not our target audience, not our target customers. They want we are customized t-shirt. They don't want it
How
within
much
one
are
day.
the machines? How much do they cost?
Ma'am, the costing is amazing part. It is mentioned in slide also that we are 40% cheaper than normal market rate. That we
No,
are
no,
selling
how
it for
much do
three
the
million.
machines cost? I'm not asking about the t-shirt cost. I'm asking what is the cost of
Machines
the machine?
cost is around 4 lakh rupees. Ma'am, I have to convert it in dollar, but it is around 4 to 5 lakh rupees.
I got it.
Only.
So how are you you're already in business, you are selling t-shirts and you have a machine
Yes, ma'am.
in
Yes, ma'am.
Chandigarh.
I have. Yeah.
How many orders have you got?
Ma'am, for B2C, we have not promoted very much. Like we have not invested in marketing segment because our budget is very much limited. But we got good response from Chandigarh University students, and we have sold around 30 to 35 t-shirts. And like the repeat customer is like amazing data. It is more than 95%. 95% customers are again, ordering from us that, okay, I want one more t-shirt because you are delivering quick and all. So this thing is quite good.
So if you were to penetrate Chandigarh University, can you, based on your current infrastructure, you have a one machine, you
Mhm.
have a little bit of an entry into Chandigarh University. How many, how much business can you do with Chandigarh University? How many students can you, how many customers can you get? You know, what is the customer lifetime value of these customers? What kind of economics are we talking about?
Ma'am, for particular one customer, the average in the whole India is they order 2.4 t-shirt per year. If the
Point
particular, yeah, 2.4 t-shirt per year. This is a data from particular website. I don't remember the website, but this is the data. The 2.4 t-shirt is, of order size of customer. But if we are coming to Gen Z, the generation which is in class 12 or in first year of college or in first year of their job, so they will order more than three t-shirt. You might also be aware about this, that we all have more than three t-shirt in our wardrobe, and we order more than three t-shirt in a year. But I'm just calculating it as a three t-shirt per year for
So
a customer.
here's the thing. Here's the problem with your market sizing. This is not customer validation. The fact that you got 30 orders is a bit of customer validation, but the real issue is in this huge market of t-shirts, what portion of that market cares about these instant gratification? I don't give a shit about
Yes,
instant gratification. You're
I
looking
know, ma'am.
at a different demographic. So what percent, I mean, what part of this market is so obsessed about instant gratification that they need
Let's
a
say,
t-shirt tomorrow?
yeah. Let me ask you two things. If you are buying something online, if you are shopping something online, you are getting a particular thing delivered within a day, and you are getting particular thing delivered within 5 days. Let me just ask you, on the same price, what will you choose?
No, there's another factor here. I don't
Mhm.
necessarily want to design these t-shirts. I don't
Yeah,
care about
yeah,
wearing
yeah,
Game
that,
of Thrones t-shirts. So there's
yeah,
another
that's
level of segment. So you're basically narrowing down your segmentation over.
no,
So
ma'am, no, 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 no,
not
no, no,
wait,
no.
wait,
I was
wait, listen.
okay.
Whatever is the entire market for t-shirts, there's a percentage of that wants custom designed t-shirts. So
Yes.
immediately your total t-shirt market gets narrowed down to only the ones who are interested in custom design. And
Yes.
within custom design, now you want just the ones that are obsessed about these immediate delivery.
Mhm.
So it's going down even further. So it's not the entire t-shirt market. This like 23,000 crore is not your market. It's a much smaller percent, smaller piece of the market. So let's say it's still a reasonable sized market. The question now is, how are you going to penetrate this market? I like this Chandigarh University business. I think if you are in Chandigarh, you have one machine and you think with one machine and one, you know, you're right
Sit
now doing it out of your house, your
flat.
room, your
Yes.
flat. So what kind of business can you do with Chandigarh University? If you really went double down on Chandigarh University and really kind of, did guerrilla marketing on Chandigarh University, how much business can you do? How big a business is this going to be?
Ma'am, can I share a small story? And along with the story, I want to share you a small fact also, if you will uh, love to listen. Ma'am, one thing, during Holi, Holi is one of great
Yeah.
festival in India. So during Holi, in 3 days, in span of 3 days, we sold around 450 t-shirt in Chandigarh University alone, and we delivered it within 24 hours. So we have 450 plus customer base from Chandigarh University. Let me be honest, we don't have that raw material and t-shirts in stock to cater their needs. Like they want oversized t-shirt, and our budget is not to manufacture and keep in stock oversized t-shirt so that we can deliver to them. So we are lagging in this part. And the second
But
thing you were asking that.
these are all nuances of your business. What are you? Inventory management is going to be a big piece of your business. What size t-shirts are you going to keep on stock? And
Ma'am,
where is the business? Because
uh,
that will
this is
determine whether you can fulfill or not. You don't have to
yes, ma'am.
source different size.
Ma'am, this is a very great question. That what size of t-shirt we have to keep. Like when I was starting this, I also had same query in my mind that which size, like M size, L size, or S size, which should be in more number or which should be in less number. But the good part is that we are keeping blank t-shirt. Even we have, if I have S size t-shirt is in more amount. Suppose it is 100 piece and only 20 pieces sold, and out of 100 M size t-shirt, all 100 are sold, and 80 is in stock. So I don't have to worry about it. But in B2B market, in other next year, or again in the next year, it will get sold because it
That's
is
not
all
the
blank
issue.
research.
That is not the issue. The issue is working capital. When you start
Yes.
operating at scale,
Mhm.
any inventory that is not aligned to where your market and customer demand is going to basically block your working capital.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt us. And we are working on this using data analytics. We will analyze that which size of t-shirt is more
But
needed, which
right
size
now,
is
how
less
are you
needed.
going to put one foot before the other? So what is the next step in terms of, I don't care about all these numbers. I want to
Yes.
know, how are you
Mhm.
going to build this business? Because right
Uh,
now there's no financing available. It is Hritik, Raj, and whoever are your compatriots, and you are building a business from your flat. So let's
yes,
figure
ma'am.
out, how are you going to go from 30 customers to 300 customers to 3,000 customers? How are you going to do that?
Okay, ma'am. So, first of all, I will start with a very small campaign that Chandigarh University professional t-shirt, like the university's t-shirt is available in stock. I will start with this particular thing. And I have a gaming partner who will create a game based on Chandigarh University theme. If you have played the Subway Surf game, in which a small kid is used to collect coins running behind trains and all. So on same thing, we have a game covering Chandigarh University campus look and all. So I will promote that particular game in Chandigarh University using campus ambassadors. A lot of campus ambassadors are ready to do. Once the college will open, we'll start promoting. First year students, particular number of first year students is 10,000 plus in Chandigarh University, will buy and wear the merchandise of their college. That okay, I'm a proud CUENs and I have to wear this T-shirt. So I'm expecting that 300 plus T-shirt will get sold in that particular month very easily using campus
No,
ambassadors.
hold on.
So this
The game company, who's doing the game? There's a
one of
that's doing the game.
one of associate. We are associating with a brand, third party brand, and they are creating a game for us. We have discussed it, and we are on the
Creating
way.
a game for you, or you are promoting their game? What is going on?
No, they will create game for me.
And you're paying them to do this?
Yes, ma'am. Just
I
5,000 rupees for
don't agree with
5,000.
this strategy. I do not agree with this strategy.
Ma'am, it is 1 rupees per game strategy. The costing is 1 rupees per game. That is it. And we are giving
Now
three
you have to
free
sell
t-shirts.
the game and the t-shirt.
No, ma'am.
It
I
is
don't
not
have to
your
sell
value,
game.
it is not, and it's not your value proposition. Your value proposition is you want people to give you designs. And based on those designs, you create t-shirts, immediate
Uh,
delivery
I'm
t-shirts.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I have to correct you a little bit. That my value proposition is that people should give me design, but before
Yes.
that, people should be aware that there is a thing which exists in market, which in which if you are giving design, they will deliver it within 24 hours. So to create that awareness, I have to target audience through their personalized way. If someone is saying that okay, PUBG is the game which I love to play, then I will like okay, play PUBG for me. If you are among top three, then I will give you free T-shirt. And by that campaign, I will create awareness that okay, there is a brand Anaitik.com is organizing an event with for PUBG players. All the PUBG players will participate. 2,000, 3,000 participation will be there. 2,000, 3,000 students data
And
is
look,
there in
this
my
is how
phone.
branding works. People are going to have to first discover the game brand and then discover who's behind this t-shirt company, blah blah blah. This is too indirect. This is not a good brand marketing strategy.
Ma'am, all the T-shirt brands in India works with this campus ambassador marketing strategy. So we are just trying
Campus
the
games
simple way.
with campus games.
No, campus ambassador marketing strategy.
Campus ambassador is one thing. Campus games is a completely different thing. You are
Yes, ma'am.
using
So,
it. If you want to work with campus ambassadors, great. Go make the campus ambassadors make people aware of the fact that you have a website where you can get just-in-time t-shirts. Why do you have a game in
challenge,
the middle of this?
the challenge is that all campus ambassadors for different brands are doing the same job. What we are doing different is a challenge. So that is why we introduced the
I
game
don't
change.
agree with your strategy. You can go do whatever you want. I don't agree with your strategy. It doesn't jive with me. I don't think it's gonna
Okay.
work.
Okay, ma'am. If you know someone from Gen Z or Gen Alpha, like 11, 12 year old kid, who loves to play a game, or
That's
someone
not
20
that's
years,
not the
no,
point. You're not getting my point. You're not
I'm getting
getting
your
my
point.
point.
I'm getting your
You're not
point.
you're not getting my point. My point is if I discover a game, I'm an 11, 12 grade student. I'm discovering a game. Okay, I'm playing the game. Do I care that there's a t-shirt brand behind it? I don't
Yes.
care. I don't
Yes,
care.
you will have to care. The reason being is if you are among top three in that particular game, you will get a free T-shirt, free merchandise. So while delivering that T-shirt, while giving that T-shirt, we will promote that okay, that student has got a free T-shirt of Chandigarh University. So it is here the kick will enter that I am student. I am wearing Chandigarh University T-shirt and I will travel it around the campus. My friends will ask that okay, from where you got that T-shirt, from where you got that particular thing. So he will say okay, I want this in particular game, and this is a website who has organized this. If you want to order, you can check it out here or
I wish
whatever
you
it
all
is.
the best. This doesn't ring true in my analysis, but hey, if it works, great. Good luck.
Okay, if it works, then how can I tell you? Like, should I mail you that? Okay, ma'am, we have achieved that 300 customers in a month and all.
Come back to a roundtable and during Q&A, you can tell me I tried this thing and it worked. Sure, why not? Roundtable
Uh,
happen every week.
yeah, yeah, ma'am. Okay. And one of other strategies, should I tell more about our strategies, or you are not no longer interested in listening?
No, no, it's not. It's not a question of no longer. I've already spent a lot of time with you, so I'm actually looking to wrap up this session. What right now you're going to have to figure out how to penetrate a large customer base in Chandigarh and make this business work.
Ma'am, on day one, let me be honest, like during the Holi campaign, I personally marketed the Holi campaign and all in Chandigarh University and nearby people and all. So, two things are here. Chandigarh University, let me only discuss about this university. Chandigarh University has 80,000 plus students, in which 20,000
It's I
students
like
reside.
very much. The fact that there is one large university and you can really double down. That's what I said earlier. One university where you can double down on that university and really kind of, penetrate that customer base. I like that. But I think the marketing strategy, I don't know what you did with the Holy campaign. Was that a custom campaign? People were taking pictures of themselves and turning those into t-shirts?
Yes, ma'am.
That makes more sense to me. That makes a
Yes,
lot
ma'am.
more sense to me. This game doesn't.
Okay.
The
So the
Holy
thing
campaign
is that.
makes a lot of sense to me.
Mhm. Ma'am, now coming up to the Holi campaign, how we achieved that number in 3 days. Like we started this thing 3 days earlier to Holi only. We didn't have time. You won't believe we had to deny a lot of orders that okay, we are out of stock now. We don't have stock now. The L size t-shirt is out of stock. So they are like, okay, deliver M size. Okay, deliver XL size.
I want to
Whatever
hear
you.
I want to hear more strategies like that Holy campaign.
Okay, so ma'am, the most strategies will include how students are attracted, where students are attracted. Is a great question. So when I was just figuring out, I was discussing a lot of students from CU. So they told me a few things, in which game was one thing. It is based on data only that students are from university are interested in game. They play cricket, they play football, and they play different games. So we have to target, like them on their choice. They have to go on their field and tell that, okay, I am a
Yes,
player
I
also.
agree with that. I agree with that. What I don't agree with is you're introducing a new game. If you were going with an existing game or an existing TV show or something, and there is a twist to that campaign, like,
Mhm.
a
Ma'am,
simple example. Oh, hang on. Simple example. You have some show where maybe one of the characters, you kind of design a t-shirt where the face of the person whose t-shirt you're designing is in place of the, let's say, heroes, one of the characters or avatars of that t-shirt. That is a personalization, that is a customization, that is in tune with something that is already popular. The thing where you're losing me is that you have to introduce a game, make that game popular, and then the t-shirt popular. That's the
no,
part
ma'am.
that doesn't work with me. But you try whatever you want. As I said, it's your venture. You can do whatever you want.
So I'm not making the game popular or anything like this. Actually, I'm introducing uh, a t-shirt like in colleges. If you were in college also, you might also like I'm from NIT. So NITs are second best college for engineering in India after IITs. You might be aware about IITs, right?
Sure.
If not, then it's fine. Let me just tell you that IITs are the best group of colleges for
Hritik,
engineering. And
I've spoken at IITs many times, so stop it, okay? Now
okay,
you're talking nonsense. Go ahead.
okay. So coming up to the slide, the quick e-commerce market. Quick commerce market is a great, huge potential market of size $700 million. Some of big companies in this field are Blinkit, Zepto, and other quick e-commerce companies, quick commerce companies are doing great job, and it is projected to grow 8 times up to $5.5 billion market value. So only thing why I am mentioning this fact is that people are getting impatient day by day. They want things quick, quick and quick. If they
But
will
that's
get an option.
why I acknowledge the fact that there is an instant gratification market out there, and if you can figure out the logistics of how to deliver to that instant gratification market, there are two things you have to figure out. You have to figure out the demand side, you have to find demand, and you have to figure out the delivery side and the fulfillment side, including managing inventory, what size, and all of that. It's like any kind of clothing e-commerce business.
Ma'am, we are managed.
There is a custom printing part of it, but there's a lot of like regular e-commerce business, really fast delivery, regular e-commerce business. That's not rocket science. It's known business. It's a business that has been done for 30 years almost now.
Yep.
So the piece that you need to figure out is who wants instant delivery stuff, and how do you find them, and what is the marketing strategy that is going to get them to come to work with you. The Holy one is a good one for you to analyze, because what do people do during Holi? They throw color at each other. They take a lot of photos of people with people full of color, and then the fact that you're telling me that they want to turn those into t-shirts of their own photos with their holy colors, this makes a lot of sense to me, because it's kind of like a mood thing.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what is missing in your game idea. But you can try different things. The one thing about entrepreneurship is you test different things, and just because it doesn't resonate with me does not mean that you shouldn't try it. You can try it, and if you think that you absolutely believe that this is going to work, try it. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to fail on that campaign, and you're going to turn around and try something else. No problem. You're young, you're full of energy. I love your energy. So
this game thing is already successful. In NIT Jalandhar, we tested it, and one of our game was quite successful. We got around 2,000 entries in that particular game, and around 600 t-shirts we sold. But the problem is that we didn't deliver it within 24 hours. Jalandhar is at a 3-hour distance from our place, so we deliver it within 2 to 3 days. So that was not 24-hour delivery model. That is why I was not mentioning that we were successful with this thing. But for Chandigarh University, is just 10-minute distance from here. So we can deliver it within 24 hours and things will go very smoothly. So the gaming thing, we are already successful.
Okay, good. So if you have validation, and if you can complete the full value chain of what you are proposing that you're going to do, and then fulfilling that, that's what you need. So go do whatever works, and the rest of the e-commerce business is not complicated. It's you have to figure it out. You have to figure out what size inventory. You have to figure out how to manage the working capital. You have to figure out everything. But it can be, one of the beauties of niche e-commerce is that you can put one foot before the other. You can do it in pieces, pockets. So
exactly.
you create 100. You create how to do 1,000 units business, and then deliver it. You make some money. You can buy more inventory with that. So this is all doable.
Currently, we are selling around 1,000 t-shirts per month, but it is of B2B segment, not of B2C segment. We want to target a particular B2C segment, and we're missing it because of inventory and all. B2B thing is like you take 50% advance from the people, from the audience, from the target audience, and you have to deliver the product, and they will give remaining amount. So you are like,
they probably don't care about these one-day delivery, right? The B2B segment doesn't care about one-day delivery.
But what if they are getting it just within before one day? Like suppose tomorrow is Teachers' Day, and you are running a coaching institute or university, and you want all your teachers to wear same type of dress. But you are like, okay, you missed it that on 4th of September you remember that okay, tomorrow is Teachers' Day and it won't be possible. But then it's just click that okay, Anaitik.com is delivering. So you're just clicking and you will get it. Okay, I will
What
get
is
it by
the use case of
tomorrow.
your B2B business? What use case did you get the B2B business around? Is it
For,
Teachers Day? Coaching school institutions? No.
no, a lot of different events are also there, including their brand promotion, marketing campaigns, and all. So it depends on them. Teacher Day is just a use case. I'm telling you, a
No,
lot of different use cases.
see, Teachers Day is 5th September every year. It is not something that people don't know about. It's not
Okay, so
an urgent thing. People will have some idea about what it is. But I think the thing is, the thing about Holi, I love the Holi use case. The Holi use case is great because Holi happens and people take photos and people want to immediately, because they're in that mood, they want to immediately turn that into a t-shirt. There
okay,
is an
should I share?
urgency and time factor to it.
Should I share some more use cases, or will it be? Like, can you give me just 1 minute? I'm sharing a few more use cases in B2B segments. The first use case is the result celebration. After class 12th and 10th result, the toppers are celebrated in each and every district of India. You might be aware about it. Kota, the education hub of India, celebrates all their toppers. So just after result is announced, like result is announced on 5:55, and they want to make a road show by tomorrow morning. So they will call us, okay, I want T-shirt by tomorrow morning. Like, okay, we'll deliver it. So first use case is there. Second use case, farewell party in any startup, any company.
Now my question is,
Hmm.
why are you obsessed with B2C? This looks like a good business. You get advance orders, advance money, and
Ma'am, the thing,
yeah, go
the,
ahead.
the challenge with this is that we have to for B2B, particular B2B business, we have to wait like just for a result day and for teachers day and different particular days we have to wait for use cases. And for B2C, it's like everyday business. Suppose you and your two friends uh, plan that we are going to this particular fair or this particular event, and we are same kind of t-shirt, but you guys know that you won't get
Yeah,
same
I
kind of
think the
t-shirt.
trade-off is everyday business, but the B2B orders are much larger size-wise. It's much larger orders. So in
I
the end, it's probably, in a month, you
Mhm.
may be able to do the same amount of business with B2B with a better
Agreed.
structure. So don't
Agreed.
rule out B2B. In general, you know, B2C marketing is actually more complex than B2B marketing. So,
Completely agreed, ma'am.
and
But
terms of engagement tend to be more interesting with B2B than B2C. So if you can get especially advanced orders on B2B businesses, don't diss B2B. It's great, you're trying to do a B2C business, it's more fun and all that, but don't forget that from a commercial point of view, B2B could very well end up being a better business for you. But
uh, should I give the negative perspective of B2B thing?
I think we're going to stop here. If you want to, I'm going to explain to you how to work with 1Mby1M. If you decide that you want to work with 1Mby1M, you can come every week and talk to me. But at the moment, I think this is enough. I've given you
Okay,
lots
good.
of
As
time. Yeah. So okay, folks, here's the thing about 1Mby1M. As you can see, I'm not trying to give you a pat on the back. I am actually engaging in the details and depth of your strategy, your positioning, your messaging, your pitch, etc. So if you like this approach, this unsugar-coated approach of really kind of brainstorming about strategy, that's what we do here. And in all of early stage entrepreneurship, until you have figured out the repeatable strategy, experimentation is a very big part of it. So how do you set up good experiments is what determines whether you're going to actually succeed or not. And the way to set up good experiments for go to market strategy, positioning, etc., is to really kind of analyze using good principles. That's what we do here. All our resources are at 1Mby1M.com. You'll find a blog series that has been going on for a long time and is very rich. And a lot of people have just learned by reading the blog. There are 12 volumes of Entrepreneur Journeys books that are all case study based. You could also learn from there. These roundtables happen right now every week. When I'm traveling, it doesn't happen every week always. It depends. But at the moment, it's every week until about mid-October. So you can come back anytime you want. Our full acceleration program is 1M1M Premium. And there we do extensive methodology guidance. We have a terrific curriculum, many thousand hours, but it's organized in modules. So if you're trying to deal with topics that you don't have knowledge of, and you're trying to plug those knowledge gaps, we use the curriculum to plug those knowledge gaps. And most first-time entrepreneurs have a lot of knowledge gaps. So there's core, and then there is electives. In the core, we teach the topics like bootstrapping, positioning, market sizing, customer acquisition, customer validation, financing, etc. And in the electives, we talk about specific industries. So e-commerce, we have a lot of e-commerce course material. And you know, as I said, e-commerce is happening since 1994. So there's a lot of e-commerce case studies out there. We have tons of e-commerce case studies, and we've learned a lot about how to put one foot before the other by using these case studies. This campus ambassador theme of marketing has come up many, many, many times. It's a tried and true way of marketing campus ambassadors when you're dealing with a student population as your target audience. We know, we've seen this before. The challenge is not the fact that it's custom ambassadors that you need to get to your B2C end market. The challenge is, how do you activate those custom ambassadors, and how does the market then receive that message? So, and this is true about, you know, that whole category of anything that you're trying to sell to students at universities. In addition, we have, so everything in the 1M1M curriculum is case study based. We do help you with business development where we have contacts. If you're looking for contacts, we will introduce you. You get this kind of strategy consulting on a weekly basis in private roundtables. These are members only, closed door roundtables. The recordings are not published on YouTube. They are published within the 1M1M portal, which has a paywall. So you have to be a member to be able to access these roundtables, but otherwise it's not available publicly. Now, financing, we have a very large network of investors that we work with. We are not a fund ourselves. We work with hundreds of investors, and investor entrepreneur fit is something that we care about a lot, and the investors care about a lot. So you have to come up with something that fits a particular investor, and you have to be fundable. This notion of fundability is very poorly understood. Investors are looking for fast growth ventures. They're not looking for a venture that has come to $150,000 in revenue over 3 years. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking to go from zero to $100 million in 5 to 7 years. So you better figure out in what you're presenting that you can defend a case that you are going to be a really fast growth venture. Otherwise, you can build a bootstrap business, and that's fine. 1 million by 1 million is one of the very, very, very few accelerators that has no problem with bootstrap businesses. If your business warrants that you do not raise outside money, that's okay. We're not going to force you to raise outside money. And we're going to tell you, if your business doesn't look like it's a fundable business, we'll tell you, and we'll teach you how to build a bootstrap business. Now, if you do want to raise money, the self-assessment on our website is a good place to go and ask these questions that due diligence, investors in due diligence will be asking you. So it's good that you do due diligence on yourselves. Whether you raise money or not, I think it's good for you to do due diligence on yourself. Our program actually is very heavily bootstrapping oriented. Even if you raise money, our philosophy is bootstrap first, raise money later. There is a free bootstrapping course that is less than 1 hour long pinned to the top of the blog on the 1Mby1M website. Take a look at that. It's a course that LinkedIn commissioned to us. Many 100,000 people have done this course. It's very highly rated, and it's very crisp and compact to convey some really important points. Another starting point for your learning journey on the 1Mby1M methodology could be Udemy. We have released in the last 2 years over 70 courses on Udemy, and you can also start learning there. It is also completely case study based. And again, I'm not the only person teaching the 1Mby1M courses. It's through these case studies, the who's who of the tech entrepreneurship world are teaching these courses. So you will learn a lot from a lot of, really, really experienced people. You will find the entire curriculum also on a subscription basis on the 1Mby1M website. And there's actually some pieces of our core curriculum that is not available on Udemy. So like positioning, market sizing, customer acquisition, customer validation, team building, these modules are not on Udemy, at least not yet. So to access those, you're going to need to do either basic or premium. So go to the website, dig around, look at what to expect from premium, basic, FAQs, video FAQs, look at the curriculum description. It is a case study based curriculum. Look at the investor introduction policy. And remember that our mantra is do not go to investors as beggars, go as kings, validate first, bootstrap first, and then go to investors, and you will be welcomed by investors rather than rejected by investors. So that's that. We have roundtables every week coming up. We have a whole bunch of different things that we're doing with various ecosystems, actually in India for this month and next month. And then we also have a bunch of other stuff coming up, including Africa. So, but these are only, we're going to give priority to entrepreneurs from these regions. If you're from another region and you want a slot, just sign up and Maureen will figure out how to get you in. If you want to ask questions, now is a good time to ask questions. Please use the public chat or ask questions by turning your audio on. All of that is fine.
Excuse me, I have a question for you.
Yes. Go ahead.
And how do you say your name? I don't want to.
Shramana.
Shramana. Okay, I didn't want to butcher that. Thank you. So my question is, how did you get started in entrepreneurship, and what is the most important thing that you learned?
The most important thing that I learned is instead of chasing VCs, I should have bootstrapped my company much further before I went to raise VC money. I grew up in Silicon Valley entrepreneurship at the peak of the dot-com bubble. So the theme of VC was everywhere. So I did succeed in raising money twice for my second and third company. The first company was completely bootstrapped. It was a services company. And I actually used bootstrapping using services, not knowing what I was doing at the time. And I think if I were to do it over again, I would probably bootstrap using services a bit further, get a lot more validation before I would go out to raise money. So that's something that informs the 1Mby1M program very, very heavily. Let me take a couple of questions from the public chat. There's been a lot of discussion. That's great. I love it when you have a lot of discussion here. Rohit, will everyone get a chance today to pitch? Did you register to pitch? You have to go to the Roundtable, free Roundtable page and register to either pitch or attend. If you did not register to pitch, then you didn't get a chance to pitch, but please register for an upcoming session, and you will absolutely have a chance to pitch. Anybody else?
So yeah, ma'am, I just had a small doubt. That can product-based companies be bootstrapped? Like I have also worked in service-based companies. One of my startup from our college. I was co-founder there, then I left that because I was not getting kick and all. So I just wanted to know that product-based companies can be bootstrapped or not. What is your opinion about it?
Yeah, I think you should go to. Actually, Maureen, can you give Hritik a link to a coupon to the bootstrapping using services course? So actually, using services to bootstrap products is a tried and true principle that we have used over and over again. We have case study after case study. So Maureen will give you the link to a coupon where you can go get this course from Udemy. And if this is a topic that interests you, you can go do that course and you will learn what you need to learn for that on that topic. Absolutely. The answer is an overwhelming yes. But what you will learn is how. There are nuances to it.
Okay. Okay.
And there, right now, there's also another course in my Udemy roster, which is bootstrapping using piggybacking. I recommend that to a lot of people as well, because, right now there are a lot of stacks, technology stacks that have developed. So if you ride on top of somebody else's stack, if you piggyback on top of somebody else's stack, you can actually bootstrap products much more cheaply than you could before when these stacks did not exist. So now there are a number of stacks that you can build on. So if that's a topic that interests you, you can do bootstrapping using piggybacking as well. Ardi Gorashi is asking, apologies for asking as this is my first time. Are all the pitches for the Indian market? I'm in Canada. No, I think you just heard a Colorado Springs pitch. That has nothing to do with the Indian market. You can pitch from it. 1Mby1M is fully global, so you can pitch from anywhere, and you can target any market you want. These days we are getting pitches from everywhere. I mean, the last continent probably that came online for us is Africa. So we have routinely get pitches from Africa as well. You can pitch from anywhere you want. Anybody else? There you go. Hritik, Maureen is giving you access to all the July Udemy course coupons. So whatever captures your fancy is fine. By the way, for what you're trying to do, the e-commerce course may be useful.
Okay, ma'am. I've just copied the link and pasted it on Chrome. I will surely go for it.
Now, Irina is your contact. After this program, if you are looking to talk to somebody, ask question about the program, Irina is your contact. Just email her, irina@1mby1m.com, and she will get on the phone, WhatsApp, whatever, or just correspond with you on email. Is there any other question? Yes, no? So I love working with you all, and I love brainstorming and arguing about strategy, and it is by really looking at strategy in a deep way, in a very analytical way, that you develop good strategy. So let's keep doing that, and I hope you all will make a lot of progress. And Hritik, I have no doubt that you will figure things out. You have a lot of energy, you're bright, you're enthusiastic, you're young, and I have no doubt that you will figure it out. All right,
Thank you
take
so
care.
much.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Would love to get some mentorship from your side too, ma'am.
Well, join the program, join 1Mby1M, and I will help you.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I will.
Okay,
Thank you,
bye.
ma'am.
Bye-bye.